Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to be making some paper lace, which is this really fun textured paper that you can kind of rip up and use with your projects. I'm going to show a couple of pictures. I loved using it at Halloween. It was perfect. But I wanted to make some of this for my next, my tattered bee journal, because I'm going to try my best to use all vintage kind of grungy looking colors. So the first step is just to sew your papers together, and I'm going to talk more about this at the end of the video. Okay guys, so I just have this little thing of water. It's not even that full. There's maybe, I don't know, an inch there. I guess it's more than an inch. You don't need a lot, and I'm just going to take my papers. I'm just going to dunk it down in there. And then just to start it off, if you just kind of like you're cleaning and you'd be wringing out a towel or a cleaning rag or something, squeeze it, and then you can take it and kind of like you're going to wash it like you're washing clothes. Now you can kind of pull it apart with your fingers if you want. You can see both sides here. So this side is really grungy. This side is not breaking apart quite so much. But I think I'm just going to squeeze this out. Definitely got some dye in there. And I am just going to allow this dry time. Okay, let's do our other one here. Guess I wasn't thinking about the dye. Just put it in there and move it around a little bit. Squash it together. Okay, this actually looks good already. So I'm just going to squeeze this out. Now, super important, the water, you do not want to put down the drain. You'll clog your drain. So dump it outside or dump it down your toilet. So that's what I'm going to do with this. Okay guys, so I am back and I wanted to show you the results that I have here. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the papers that I used. So this one on the top, I used some of this, which I don't even know what it is. It feels like it maybe is rice paper that I sprayed with dye, and I don't know if I put matte medium on this. I don't even know what kind of paper it is, so I guess I'm not helping much. But this is what I used on the top, and this is what made, you know, the color came off of this, which I don't mind. But this is what I have. So what I do then is, you have to cut it obviously because it's sewn, but I'll just cut a piece, and then if I don't want the straight line wherever I cut, just kind of take it and fray it at the edges. Just add a little texture, you know, to your projects that you're working on. I used a ton of it at Halloween. I wanted to share some photos of ways that I have used the paper lace to kind of layer on my projects. So just kind of throwing these pictures in here for some inspiration. So there is one. So I used this paper. This is piano paper that I used. Oh my goodness, what else did I put on here? And I like that you can you could use either side here, depending on color that you want. So I know I used some paper towel. If you use paper towel, just use 1 ply. And I will say that this works better when you use thin papers. If you use really thick, like scrapbook paper, I would use it on the bottom, whatever you want the bottom to be. And then your thinner papers, because then you'll see the layers on top of it. The thinner papers will tend to like disintegrate before the other ones, and it just, yeah, it works better if you use thin papers. I used some dyed paper that was really grungy. I've got some tissue paper. Oh, this is another paper towel. And then I used this on the bottom. Now this is a little kind of thicker, and I think I used that in between here. You can see a tiny little, I think I used, you can see a tiny little bit right here that's left. So that's this one. And then for this one, I used, now you could use a book page, but I had this vintage looking newspaper that I put on the top, and kind of the same papers. I used another one of these. Oh, I know what else too, with the blue, if you can see the blue that's here, I used a vintage encyclopedia page. Just kind of flattening this out here. So if you want to try this, I would suggest grabbing a bunch of different kinds of papers. Now mine are grungy because of the project I made them for, but normally if I had more time and space, it's such a mess in my room right now, but normally I would do quite a few of these at once just to have them. So do some with some color. Maybe you've got some, you know, the thinner kind of scrapbook paper that's one-sided that you don't really like all that much. Just grab and experiment with different things. And then you don't have to just do the messy sewing. You know, you could go up and down this way and then go this way, and then that will make a, you know, more of a pattern. So I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully it gave you guys some inspiration. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you see when I have new content come out.